Hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. So in this video, we are going to understand how to create a GoHighLevel contact on OnceHub booking and add details in Google Sheets. So do you also use OnceHub for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here, I'm doing the same. I'm running a real estate agency, and where what we do is we offer free consultations to all our potential clients. So now what I want is that as soon as a new potential clients book a free consultation with the help of our OnceHub account, automatically the details of that should be added to my Google Sheets, and with the help of the same details only a new contact should be created in my GoHighLevel account too, so that we can create targeted marketing campaigns for these potential clients. So to do this, we're going to create a connection between OnceHub, Google Sheets and GoHighLevel. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So I'm going to do all of this so that I can convert my potential clients into paying clients. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video, we're going to understand how to create GoHighLevel contact on OnceHub booking and add details in Google Sheets. So as you know that I run a real estate agency and we offer free consultations to our potential clients. So to keep everything organized, we want to set up an automation so that each time someone books a consultation through OnceHub, a new contacts get created in GoHighLevel. This automation captures important details like client name, email and booking time, something like this, okay? And also this setup helps us to maintain a clear record of the consultations, allows us to follow up efficiently and ensure that no potential lead is overlooked, making it easy for our team to manage and nurture the client relationships. But as you know that OnceHub doesn't provide any native connection with Google Sheets or GoHighLevel. So in order to connect all of these applications, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So in order to create this automation, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we're going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of dollars free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And as soon as I'm going to click on sign in right over here, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we're going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications, which is OnceHub, Google Sheets and GoHighLevel. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And as soon as I'm going to click on access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we're going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So with here, I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations. And as you can see that on my dashboard, I've created multiple folders to save my workflows in. And if you wish to learn how to create a new folder or a subfolder, you can click on this hyperlink given right over here which says learn more. And now it is asking me for the workflow name. So I want the workflow name to be how to create GoHighLevel contact on OnceHub booking and add details in Google Sheets. And then we're going to click on create. And as soon as we're going to click on create, it is opening the most important window for automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. And by this you can finally understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger. And in order to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as OnceHub. So I'm going to look for OnceHub right over here. And as you can see OnceHub, so we're going to select it. And as soon as I'm going to select the trigger application, it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So here what I want is that as soon as a new booking is scheduled in OnceHub, my workflow should be triggered or started. So I'm going to select my trigger event as booking scheduled. And after selecting the trigger event, we are going to click on this button which says connect. And as soon as I'm going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your OnceHub account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection. And now it is asking me for the API key. And to get this API key, we're going to follow the help text and it is saying log into your OnceHub account. You can get your API keys from the integration API. So as you can see that over is a hyperlink again. So I'm going to click on this hyperlink. We're going to open this in a new tab. And now over here, you can see that we have successfully opened this integration/API OnceHub.com. So yes, over here, you can see that this is my API key and we have directly came right over here without any effort. So yes, this was was really easy because I've already logged in my OnceHub account previously. So it is always advised to log in your applications before starting with the automation. Okay, so over here you can see that this is my API key, right? So I'm going to copy this API key right from here, and then we're going to paste it right over here in our workflow. And after pasting the API key, we're going to click on save, and as soon as we're going to click on save, yes, you can see connected. With this, we have successfully connected our OnceHub account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the webhook name. So it is saying provide a webhook name for the reference. So you can provide any webhook name right over here. Okay, so let's suppose that I'm going to provide the webhook name as free consultation bookings. Okay, and then we're going to click on save and send as request, and as soon as going to click on this button, it is saying waiting for response, and in the notes it is saying now you have clicked over the save and send test request button, then do a test submission / record in that application in order to capture the response over here. So yes, it is asking me to do a test submission or record. So you must be wondering why is it asking me for the same. So over here it is going to capture the response of the booking scheduled only. Okay, so now what we have to do is we are going to do a test submission and schedule a booking with the demo details so that we can capture the response for the same. If you wish, you can definitely wait till a real booking is made. Okay, but I don't wish to wait right over here, so directly I'm going to open my OnceHub account, and over here you can see that this is the form. Okay, so I'm going to open this form right from here, and we're going to do a test submission. So we're going to book a demo consultation right over here. Okay, so it is asking me pick a date and time. Okay, so for the date I'm going to select it as 11th of November, and then for the time, let's suppose that I'm going to select it as 11 a.m. and then we're going to click on continue right over here, and as I'm going to do so, it is asking me for the name. Okay, so for the name I'm going to keep it as dummy user, email as dummy@pabblytudes.com. For the mobile number I'm going to keep it as this. We're going to move on forward. It is asking me your note. So if you wish, you can definitely add a note right over here, but I don't wish to add a note, so directly I'm going to click on done right over here, and now it is saying finalizing your booking, please wait. So we're going to wait for a few seconds, and as soon as we're going to wait for a few seconds, yes, you can see your booking is confirmed. An email confirmation has sent to dummy@pabblytudes.com. So yes, with this we have successfully made a booking, right? And with this we have also completed our test submission. And now what has happened is that OnceHub has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response or not. So I'm going to open my workflow right from here, and yes, you can see that Pabbly has also captured the response for the same. You can see the booking type, booking scheduled. Over here you can see 30 minutes meeting. Over here you can see the starting date and time. We're going to move on forward. You can see the name which we entered, the mobile number, and the email which we entered. But you must notice that this starting date and time is not understandable, right? Because this is in UTC time zone. So what we are going to do is first we are going to convert this into normal, which is Asia Kolkata time zone. Okay, and in a normal format so that we can add it right over here in our Google Sheets. Okay, so yes, now upon receiving these details, we have successfully completed our trigger step, and now we're going to move on towards our action step. So first what I want is I want to format the date, right? So for the action application, I'm going to select it as date time formatter. So it is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to format the dates. Okay, and now it is asking for the action event. So now for the action event, I'm going to select it as format date with time zone and click on connect again. And as soon as I'm going to click on connect, it is asking me for the date. So yes, over here we are going to enter the start time and date right over here, but we're not going to enter it manually, but instead we're going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping, right? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected OnceHub as our trigger application. So we're going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as it's going to map these details automatically, my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So over here, I'm going to give you an example that it is asking me for the date, right? So let's suppose we're going to enter the date right over here manually simply by typing it like this. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I've entered it manually. But if we're going to map this from the previous response, suppose you can see starting date and time. Okay, so let's suppose if we're going to map this from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. So now after mapping the date, it is asking me for the from format. So I'm going to select the from format, which is this. Okay, and now it is asking me for the to format. So I'm going to select the format in which I want the date and time. Okay, so as you can see that this is the format I want it in, which is DDMMYYY HHMMSS, which is date, month, year, hours, minutes, and seconds. So yes, I'm going to select this to format, and now it is asking me for the from time zone. So this is in UTC time zone. Okay, so I'm going to select UTC right over here as from time zone, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it, and it is asking me for the to time zone. So over here I'm in India, so I'm going to select it as Asia Kolkata. And after doing all of this, we're going to click on save and then send test request button again. And as we're going to click on this, yes, you can see result 11th of November 2024 11 a.m. So yes, with this we have successfully did this, and as you can see these were the same details, right? on which the booking was scheduled, which is November 11, 2024, 11 a.m. So yes, with this we have successfully completed this, and now we're going to move on forwards to our another action step. So now what I want is I want to add these OnceHub booking details into my Google Sheets right over here. Okay, so now for my action application, I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm going to look for Google Sheets right over here, and as you can see, Google Sheets, so we're going to select it. And now for the action event, we're going to select it as add new row and then click on connect. And as I was going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection and select existing connection again. So once again, if you have already connected your Google Sheets account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection, and if you haven't, you have to follow me and click on add a new connection. And now we're going to click on this button which says sign in with Google. So I'm going to click on this button right over here, and as soon as I'm going to click on this button, it is going to ask me to select my Gmail account. And after selecting my Gmail account, it is asking me for some permissions. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow, Pabbly is safe. And as soon as I'm going to click on allow right over here, yes, you can see authorization successful. So yes, with this we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the spreadsheet in which I want to add the details. Okay, so as you can see that this is the name of my spreadsheet, which is free consultation bookings. So I'm going to select the same right over here, which is free consultation bookings. And after selecting my spreadsheet, it is going to ask me to select the sheet. So as you can see, the name of my sheet is sheet 1. So we have selected the same right over here. Okay, and now it is asking me for the client's name, email, phone, appointment, date and time. So you must notice that these are the same details which we enter right over here in the Google Sheet as our columns. Okay, so yes, this is the same details and we are going to enter it one by one. Okay, but again, we are not going to enter it manually, but instead we're going to map it, because I want these fields to turn dynamic, right? So now for the name, we are going to search for name in the previous response, and as you can see, form submission names, we're going to map it. We're going to do same for the email. I'm going to look for email in the previous response, and as you can see, the same, so we're going to map it. We're going to map the phone number too, like we mapped the another details. I'm going to look for phone, and as you can see, the same, so we're going to map it. And now it is saying appointment, date and time. So we're going to map this from the result of our date time formatter. Okay, as you can see the result, so we're going to map this. And now we're going to click on save and send test request, and as soon as we're going to click on save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response, that we have successfully added these details into our Google Sheets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Google Sheets and check for the details added, and yes, you can see the details have been added. You can see the client name, client email, client phone, and the appointment date and time. So yes, with this we have successfully added these details right over here. And now what I want is I want to create a new GoHighLevel contact too, okay, with the same details. So now we're going to add another action step right over here, and now for my action application, we're going to select it as lead connector v2. So in order to connect GoHighLevel account with our Pabbly's workflow, we use lead connector v2 and v1. So I'm going to search for lead connector v2, and then we're going to select it. And now for the action event, we're going to select it as create or update a contact, and then we're going to click on connect again, and once again it is asking me for the same. So if you have already connected your GoHighLevel account or your lead connector v2 account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me again. Click on add a new connection, and again we're going to click on this button which says connect with lead connector v2. And as soon as we're going to click on this button right over here, it is asking me to select the account. So I'm going to select my account right over here. You have to keep in mind that we have to select the sub account, not the main account. Okay, so I'm going to look for my sub account, which is Pabbly Connect right over here. So I'm going to look for it, and as you can see that this is my sub account, so I'm going to select it. And as soon as it's going to select the sub account right over here, yes, you can see authorization successful. So with this, we have successfully connected our GoHighLevel account with our Pabbly's workflow. And once again, you can see that it is asking me for the same details. So once again, we're going to map all of these details. So it is saying first name and last name. So we don't have the name separated like first name and last name. We have the full name, right? So we're going to map the full name right over here. So I'm going to look for a name in the previous response. You can see dummy user. We're going to map it. We're going to map the email right over here. As you can see, the same, we're going to map it. We're going to map the phone too. And after mapping all of these three details which were required, we are going to move on forward. You can see that now it is asking me for many another details. So I'm going to only map the details which were required, or the details which I had of my booking. Okay, so I mapped only those details because I have those only in the previous response. If you wish, you can definitely map all of these details or enter it. And after doing all of this, we're going to click on this button which says save and send test request. And as soon as going to click on save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have successfully created a new contact in our GoHighLevel account too with the same details. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my GoHighLevel account and check for the new contact created. So I'm going to open my GoHighLevel account right from here. You're going to go on the left sidebar, and as you can see, contacts. So we have to go on this contacts. And as soon as we're going to open the contacts right over here, yes, you can see name, dummy user, you can see the same phone number which we entered and the same email which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow and we have successfully added the booking schedule details into our Google Sheets and also created a new contact with the same details in our GoHighLevel account. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, but I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So what we're going to do is we're going to book another appointment or book another free consultation with the new details, and then we're going to check that if the details get added in Google Sheet and GoHighLevel automatically or not. Okay, so I'm going to open my OnceHub account right from here and we're going to do another test submission. So I'm going to open this link once again. So now for the date, let's suppose that I'm going to select it as 13th of November, and then for the time we are going to select it as 1 p.m. and I'm going to click on continue right over here. For the name, I'm going to keep it as test user, email as testuser55@pabblytunes.com, mobile number as, I'm going to keep it as this. And now it is asking me for the note, so let's suppose that we're not going to add a note right now also, and I'm going to click on done right over here. And as I'm going to click on done, it is saying finalizing your booking, please wait. And yes, you can see your booking is confirmed, and you can see this is the email which we entered, right? So yes, with this we have successfully confirmed our booking, and with this we have successfully made another test submission with the new details. And now what has happened is that once I sent the details of our test submission to our workflow, Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further added the details of our booking in our Google Sheets and also created a new contact with these same details in our GoHighLevel account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Google Sheets and GoHighLevel and check for the new contact created and the details added. And this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. First, directly I'm going to open my Google Sheets account right from here and check for the new details added. And yes, you can see the new details have been added right over here. You can see the client name, client email, phone, and appointment date and time. And also now I'm going to open my GoHighLevel and check for the new contact created. And as soon as I'm going to open the contacts, we're going to refresh this contacts page to check for the new contact created, right? So we are going to wait for a few seconds till it gets refreshed. And as soon as going to refresh this, yes, you can see a new contact created, name, test user. You can see the same phone and email. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. So for the trigger application, we selected OnceHub, and then for the trigger event, we selected booking scheduled. For the action applications, we selected datetime formatted by Pabbly, Google Sheets, and lead connector V2, because I wanted that as soon as a new booking is scheduled in my OnceHub account, automatically the details of that booking should be added in my Google Sheets, and also a contact should be created in my GoHighLevel with these same details. And yes, we were successful with our workflow too. Over here you can see the details we added in our GoHighLevel and our Google Sheets. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.